usually when a cartoon studio in the 50s or thereabouts does a cartoon that predicts something in the future, they get a couple of things right, but mostly they're wild ideas that even today we still think are things that might one day happen. But with TV of tomorrow, I'd say it's 90% accurate, with some maybe slightly unrealistic things thrown in, but it's actually quite eerie how many things in this are now true. I won't divulge all of them because obviously that's part of the fun of finding out what ideas they come up with and how many of them are relatable, but I will explain, I'll go into detail about one. Well, I say I'll go into detail, I'll tell you what it is. It's very brief, but it's my favourite aspect. This was released in, as I said, the 50s, 1953, directed by Tex Avery, written by Heck Allen. It is, of course, an MGM cartoon, and the concept is very simple. It's all about what TVs can be like in the future. And honestly, it's pretty wonderful how accurate some of this is. One of my favourites, actually, this isn't the bit I was going to mention, but it talks about how in the future there'll be a TV where if an aeroplane goes overhead, it won't disrupt the quality of the picture. And I kind of forgot that that used to be a thing, where outside forces used to impact your TV. And it just shows how far we've come in such a short space of time. There were other things about how there was a remark that one day the TV will be the centre of everything and the family's activities will centre around it, and there's this animated bit with all of the very large family doing all different kinds of activities in the living room or the sitting room or whatever, which again, pretty realistic. My favourite bit is where it talks about having lots of channels, and our character is flicking through these channels. And on every channel, it does include westerns. Kind of a commentary that you may have many, many channels, but it's going to be the same thing on every channel, which is definitely the case. I imagine back in the 50s, they would never have imagined just how many TV channels there are now and streaming services and just how much content you can get at any one time. And yet, as it goes, it's very rare to find something that you actually want to watch. It does blend some live action into this as well, which I think works very effectively. I really enjoyed that, but the quality of the animation is definitely eye-catching and it drew me in. Really loved some of the things that the narrator came up with. It's narrated by Paul Frees, brilliantly narrated. And some of the things, of course, were kind of not really ever going to happen, but actually, for the majority of it, it's pretty fabulous. Also very accurate, really thoroughly enjoyed it. It might be one of my favourite of tomorrow cartoons, not just from MGM, but from, anywhere. Really thoroughly enjoyed it. If you're a fan of this kind of animation, I'm pretty confident you'll enjoy TV of tomorrow. I certainly had a lot of fun with it.